Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Welcome to the Daily Vibe, or welcome back to the Daily Vibe. It is Thursday. Things to think on Thursday. I'm thinking. Here I go with my throat thing again. I tell you, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So, happy Thursday. How was everybody's midweek? Was it really? Good. Sorry. Just in case somebody actually answers, I thought I'd answer back. Today, I'll take a few moments to wait for some people to pop on, but crush your goals. I know it's backwards, but, if you can read backwards, then you're amazing. So, crush your goals. I think we'll go with that one today. Before I start, I think I had something in my head, which apparently I forgot now. So I guess never mind. So we'll just go with crush your goals. Okay. So let's see. Let's shuffle the cards. Oh, not feeling my freshest today. So again, hello, sibling. Okay, let's see. Crush your goals. Let's see what wisdom we get today. Be bold. Envision yourself living a life that you love. Suzanne Lori Parks. There you go. Be bold. Envision yourself living a life that you love. This is interesting because today I was reading a card that I pulled for myself last month from this. I love this deck. It is, if you've never read Rumi or heard of Rumi, you need to read about him because he's amazing. I mean, so much inspiration, so much, wow, And, oh, good morning, baby sibling. Thanks. I made these last night. I got bored. So I thought I would put my creative skills to work. I used black tourmalines. It's my back the fuck off vibe juju stuff. It's retrograde, so whatever I can do to shield me, yay. So anyways, be bold, envision yourself living a life that you love. And the reason I brought this up is because the card I was reading from, that I pulled for myself last month, it was interesting reading back over it because everything that I went through in January, that card summed up on the 2nd of January. And, I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anybody. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes, you're going to get messages, you're going to get signs, and they're going to be, if they're positive, listen to them. If they're questionable, think about it. If they're just straight out negative with your brain saying you're going to fail, then don't listen to it because that is literally just your ego trying to protect yourself. But that keeps us from living a life that we want, that we love. And I think the reason I pointed out to these cards was that the reading I did, it was really focused on, how to not, just become a victim of fear and doubt, to not trust untrustworthy things. And that's a sign of control, and that is a sign of places I've been in my life when you try to control things because you are afraid, because going with the flow is not that easy, because facing the unknown and the uncertainty is just difficult and scary. But life isn't meant to just be normal. I mean, and by normal I mean you're not gonna be peace vibes every day, okay? You're not gonna have these moments, these butterfly moments where every moment is perfect in your life. That's not how life works. We have to face a darkness that maybe we don't want to face, that needs to be healed. Now, that's not saying everybody has the same kind of darkness. I mean, you lose your job, that hurts. You lose a relationship, that hurts. But those are things that need to be healed. And a lot of times we tend to just walk away thinking, okay, well, that's it, it's done. But it's not, because there's a part of you that hurts. If you've had trauma in your life, then a lot of times that's the work. I talked about shadow work the other day. Now, I know it's kind of a woo-woo term, but shadow work is really digging deep and healing the parts of you that need to be healed, that you're afraid to heal. You know, you don't want to relive that pain. You don't trust going back there because you're afraid you're going to fall back into this weird pit of things. And I think that's kind of why I'm not vibing high that week, because I did have a lot of things. There were some things that I had to heal. What I talked about Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. No, it was Tuesday. What I talked about Tuesday, I mean, that opened a whole big hole for me. And there was a little bit of shame in it for me, because I can't believe that I let one person dictate the way that I lived the rest of my life. I mean, not dictate the way I lived the rest of my life, but, you know, I let one person's opinion when I was so much younger affect the way I saw myself. But I didn't have a high like for myself. I did not love myself back then. I did not love the person I was. Everything that I lived off of, the fuel I was running on was, you know, people's words, you know, what they thought of me, what, you know, they said about me, what they thought my talent was. You know, I went from being, you know, in a place where it's like, go for it, to a place where, no, you're not good at it, you know, and you don't know how to do your own work. And that hurt, you know. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I highly suggest going back and watching Tuesday's episode, February 2nd. It really was, I mean, there was a good message in there, especially the story that I shared about the frogs. So, but, you know, it's things like that, when we listen to other people's opinions, when we listen to other people's thoughts about us, if they're negative, that keep us from living a life that you love. You know, be bold. Being bold isn't just about going out there and saying, I'm going to go out there and create a company today. No, being bold, the boldest part that you're going to take is that first step that says, I can do this. That's being bold. Being bold is saying to yourself, you know what? I truly believe in myself. Other people may not believe in myself, but I believe in myself. You know, I watched this show called, I think, okay, so I just call it Zoe for short, but Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, right? I love that show. But, you know, in a side story is a guy who's, you know, he quit his job on this whim, you know, and he decided that he wants to start this whole idea that his father can't get behind, because his father's all about, you know, stability and, you know, having that control, you know, and having that path that you're certain is going to work out for you. But it's his father, so the father says, hey, here's the money you need for your startup. Well, the character didn't take it, because he's all, I don't want money from somebody who doesn't believe in what I'm doing. Now, that's a 50-50 thought on me. I'd be like, take it, and you know what? Show him up. Just, you know, take it so you can get started. You can show them that, you know, this is exactly where you're meant to be. But, you know, there's also that other side that says, you know what? Why can't we just be on the same page? And why can't you just believe that the ideas I have are good enough? I was always lucky. My father always encouraged my writing. And, you know, I mean, he's a good writer himself, but he won't admit it, and he won't write because, you know, I don't know why, but I know I definitely get my talent from him, and it's what I love. I love writing. I love sharing. I love doing these things. I mean, when I first started, you could tell I first started because it was scary. It was scary getting on screen and just being like, ooh. And then it was even worse when I went live, because, you know, you never know what's going to happen in a live. But I'm starting to do things I love. And as I'm doing this, you know, I mean, you know, there is a level of uncertainty because, you know, it is hard to find a job right now. But I'm managing, I'm making it through, I'm making it work because I'm believing. You know, I am reminding myself that I need to put out the good energy to the universe, that I need to put out the good energy to those that sit at my spirit table, that I need to put out the good energy to God, that I need to know that they're all going to come together and make sure that I am okay, you know, because I am vibing high. And even if you're not vibing high, if you have a higher power, reach out to them. You know, don't expect them to give you what you want in exactly the form that you want it. They're going to give you what you need. Okay? It's like just kind of going off the rails here. When, sometimes people ask me to do readings for them, and I'll do a reading and they'll sit there and be like, oh, well, no, that's not me. But here's the thing. The first thing I say in what I send them is, you may not hear what you want to hear. You're going to hear what you need to hear. And, it just kind of becomes one of those, it is what it is. And it happens to me too. Sometimes I'm told what I don't want to hear, but exactly what I know I need to hear. And it's difficult because there is an uncertainty. But just remember, when people tell you you can't do something, or they sit there and they laugh at you, or they sit there and say that's stupid, what other people think of you is not your business. Remember that. I'm going to repeat that so many times through as many daily vibes as I need to. What other people think of you is not your business. Okay? You know what you're capable of. Now, I'm not blaming what happened, the story I'm referring to earlier. I'm not blaming that person, that professor, for, the way my life turned out. What I am saying, though, is if you're going to be in a position of teaching, you have to be encouraging. You have to show your students and say, look, you know what? I mean, if she didn't believe that I was capable of doing the work I did at my age, then she should have asked me for something else and sat there while I wrote it. But instead, she just told me that I was not cut for that field. And that hurt. That hurt a lot, because that was my passion. And because I was in such a fragile place back then mentally, because, I hadn't been diagnosed with my depression yet. That was a few more years down the road. I just took what she said and thought, okay, well, maybe this isn't for me. And then I just kind of began toiling away in the world. However, I do believe everything happens for a reason. The people I have in my life now, I can track how each one came into my, well, not each one, but all the super duper important people. And I don't mean that nobody is not important in my life, but I mean, I can do like a family tree back to how these people came into my life. And a lot of times when I go back far enough, I think, well, if I didn't get to this place, would I know these people? So the trade-off was different. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the road, we all might have ran into each other. Or, maybe I wasn't cut out for that. Maybe I was meant for something bigger. But, when you have a passion and someone tells you that, no, you're not cut out for it, and maybe you should just give up, and they really don't support you, and then they say things to you that are not true, that can be damaging. But I find comfort in knowing the people I know now. My older sibling, who literally, when I started this video and saw her get on, said, I'm here, through the door. Okay? Her room's across the hall. But, I have to tell you, the best thing, though, is sometimes when I have a really, really good vibe, I'll hear her clapping and yelling from her room, going, great job. So, that's encouragement. And, I mean, yesterday she thought I had this really good vibe. She's like, that was a really good vibe today, when I came out of my room. And I was like, thanks, because I really wasn't feeling it today. I'm still kind of vibing low, and I'm trying to find it, and I'm trying to get back to it. But I am determined to live the life I love, and it's going to happen. It's going to, things happen without you realizing it. Like I said, when I read over this, sorry, someone's calling. When I read over that, I thought, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been talking about for the last month. This is exactly what I've been feeling for the last month. And, for as many times as I've read that particular, message, this time I heard it. I saw it, and it was talking about, going into the unknown. It was talking about letting go of uncertainty and to stop trying to control it. It was talking about how you honor your heart by living without fear, without doubt, by being bold. Being bold is that decision you make to not be afraid anymore, to not be doubtful anymore. And it's scary as fuck. Okay, it is. And maybe not for everybody, but it is for me. So if you're like me, welcome. Welcome to the anxiety hour. But anyways, yeah. I don't get anxiety much, but when I do, wow. It's like a field trip to the unknown. But but the nice thing is because I do have it from time to time, it is helpful to be able to help other people through theirs, through their anxiety. And I kind of feel like that's a gift. I mean, we can look at all of our diagnoses as being this shitty thing, like, oh, great, I'm stigmatized now. Well, no, I'm not stigmatized. You know what? If you don't worry about what other people think, you are not stigmatized. Okay? And, that's why I do these things. That's why I fight so hard for mental health, because we do need to remove the stigma. But for me, I've removed it from myself. I don't give a shit what people think, obviously, because how many swear words have I just dropped in this video today? It's been a while since I've done that. But I mean, this many. But the point is that, a lot of times people look at people with a dinged up mental health and they think, oh, you're damaged, you're ruined. We're not. In fact, I think a lot of times we have more of an insight to people. If someone is having the common blues, I call them the common people blues, because, if you have a dinged up mental health, you're common people, but you're not that common, because sometimes, like I've said before, you have to fight a little harder every day when you're not at your best, when you're not at your finest. And that is tiring. That is tiring, and it can be very tiring. In fact, older sibling has been worried because my energy has just been so low, but I've been fighting not going into a spiral, and I have no idea why. And actually, no, you know what? It just came to me. Why? Because I'm learning to be bold, and I'm learning to walk away from uncertainty. I'm learning to walk away from, I'm walking away from control and embracing the uncertainty and the unknown. I'm walking away from fear. I'm walking away from doubt. And, those three things, they're like the trifecta of bad. Okay, control, doubt, fear. And my brain is fighting me right now. It's my brain and my heart are having a big time fight, knock down, drag down fight, because my heart is saying, you know what? You just got to trust me. But my brain is saying, but we've been this way for so long. How can I? So it does get tiring, and it does kind of ruin your vibe, and it does kind of drag you down. So if you're feeling like these things, or you feel like you're battling something, this is why shadow work is necessary. Shadow work is just digging deep into your consciousness, into your subconsciousness, and healing the bits that you don't want to pay attention to. The best way I can describe shadow work is basically when you're hiding in the shadows and you don't want to be seen. These parts of your life, they don't want to be seen anymore. You've shoved them away into that file cabinet in your brain and said, nope, I'm done. But that file cabinet will keep popping open until you make room and remove all the bad stuff. And like I said, nobody wants to get hit in the head with a file cabinet. When I said I almost got hit in the head with a file cabinet, the file cabinet didn't pop open. I literally got up like an idiot and hit it from the bottom. So yes, there you go. I finally admitted it. Maybe it knocked some sense into me. I have no idea. But it was not a pretty feeling. And for many times as I've had a concussion, yeah. So anyways, it's called Life on the Edge. But anyways, going back to Suzanne Lori Parks' comment, be bold and envision yourself living a life that you love. Don't worry about what other people think. Give yourself a chance. Okay, open your heart to yourself. Just make a pact with your heart that you will do your best to nurture and show compassion to your brain. Okay, I know there may be a disconnect with some people on what I'm trying to say, but it's like I always talk about your spidey instincts. Your spidey instincts come from your soul and your heart. They're what guide you. And honestly, they're what I've been listening to for the last week. And for all of the battle that's going on in here, it has been one of the best weeks because I trusted and I believed, and I knew things were going to work out for the best. And, in all these different situations where you're worrying and you're panicking, it's like, oh, how am I going to pay the bills? And how am I going to do this? And then all of a sudden, everything that you're fighting for and working for, it works out, right? When, like, I don't know, that was my thing. I believed, and it happened. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that, side note, California got its shit together and figured out what the hell they're doing with their unemployment. So hopefully I will soon find a job because, it would be nice to make money. But I am going to do something that I love to do. And it's going to be something that makes me happy. And, toiling away in an office, it's not for me. I mean, if I have to do it just to pay the bills, I will do it. But I'm not going to give up on my passions this time. I'm not going to give up on this. I love this. I'm not going to give up on, believing that wonderful things are coming, that wonderful things are happening right now. That's what we need to do. We need to believe in ourselves. That is how you live the life that you love. You believe in yourself. You show yourself that there is this path, that there is this beautiful path. And if you have a dinged up mental health, don't worry about it. I know it's hard. Don't worry about what other people think. You have enough to do taking care of yourself. Okay? People are always going to troll. There are always going to be mean people out there. And mean people suck. Yes, they do. Mean people suck. But they're always going to be there. And the best defense that we have against them is to not worry about what they think. And, how they feel. You know who you are. You know your truth. If you feel like there's something that you need to fix in your life, then fix it. Because sometimes when people are mean, they're just trying to show us something, or maybe when you're mean, like, I had a total, I wouldn't say a total meltdown, but I had a freak out on Monday after my vibe. And I just, because I was panicking and I went into straight up anxiety attack. And, because I was dealing with the state and, this is sharing a lot of personal stuff. So, I'm sitting here like, please don't judge me, but you know what, whatever, because it is what it is. And I'm not ashamed. It's the path I'm on right now. Someone's trying to tell me something. Someone's trying to guide me in the right way. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I am making things happen. I mean, I somehow put it out there. People can call it coincidence, but I truly believe I put it out there and I believed and I prayed and everything worked out, and today I can pay my bills. Whoever knew that I'd be excited about paying bills? But anyways, I know that gets a little personal, but my point is I'm trying to show people that you can believe. And if you're bold enough to believe that everything will be okay, if you're bold enough to just cast out that fear, to cast out that doubt, to cast out that control, then you could live the life that you love. And I am slowly learning that, and I know the battle between my brain and my heart's going to win. I know my soul and my heart are going to win. It's just my brain needs that compassion to remind itself that, you know what, you're an adult now. What hurt you before can't hurt you anymore. It's been healed. It's been filed away as complete. And, it's, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to remember any of that. I remember those things not so they hurt me or so I can use it to be a victim. I use it because I'm a survivor. And, it's the same with my heart thing. A lot of people think, oh God, yeah, but you know what? My heart is healthy. I'm healthy for the most part. And, and I'm working now to get my body in shape so that I can keep my heart healthy. So it doesn't have to work as hard as it's working now, but my heart is fine. Even my doctor, my cardiologist, when he sees me, he's shocked. So, it just kind of is what it is. But my point is, just believe in yourself. I like I said, I share my story so other people can heal theirs. And I keep these memories, like I said, not to hurt me, but I keep these memories because they help other people. And I have grown strong enough that I can carry these memories with me to help other people. I used to be ashamed of what happened to me when I was a kid. I used to be ashamed of my depression. I used to be ashamed of my weight, but I'm taking care of every single one. And you know, to all the thick girls out there, or thin girls out there, or thin men, or thick men, whatever, just love yourself. You have to love yourself. You can't make changes unless there is love in yourself. And if you don't want to make changes, if you like who you are, then own it. Own it. You know, and I've learned how to own this. I have learned how to own this. And, you know, like I said, I mean, you know, it's 10% vanity, yeah, and cute clothes that, you know, they don't make in my size, but 90% of this is because I want to live to be an old lady. Okay? I have goals. All right? I want to live to be at least 103. All right? Maybe I'll elaborate on that, because when I do, you'll know how old I am. So we'll see. I'm not ashamed of my age either. It's just kind of fun to keep people guessing. So anyways, and if you're really clever, you've already figured it out if you don't know me. But anyways, thank you everybody for watching. To see this card, you can either come to, if you're watching this later, you can come to my Facebook page, Shelly Marie Lucas. That's where, you know, everything is live for the Daily Vibe. So you can see the comments, you can see the card that I post, or you can go to shellbellinthemoment.com under State of Mind, and I post these there every day. I'm also I also seem to be on every other social media. It's like on Instagram, but Instagram doesn't have this. So, Tumblr, Reddit, TikTok. I know, my cousin made me get on it. My cousin in Florida, she was so excited when I got on. But I just do a quick rundown on this. The daily thought for the day. So, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. I hope this gave you some things to think on. And tomorrow is Aloha Friday. I'm thinking Jammy Day tomorrow. We'll see if that happens, but I'm thinking Jammy Day would be fun tomorrow. So, have a great day, everybody. It's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. So go out there and enjoy your day. Enjoy every day. Okay? And remember, leave behind control, leave behind uncertainty. No, wait, I'm sorry. Leave behind control, leave behind fear, and leave behind doubt. See, even I got to work on that. I better write that down. So remember, control, fear, and doubt. Leave it behind. I'm going to go write this down because apparently my brain is struggling with it too. So have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.